Okay, so, get this. We've got these two films, totally different, right? Different genres, different times, but there's this weird connection they have. Today, we're diving into 1984 and 2001, A Space Odyssey. Let's see what makes these two tick.
It's wild, right? You've got 1984, totalitarian nightmare, Big Brother watching every move. And then there's 2001, this super advanced AI, humanity reaching out into space. But both kind of give you the same creepy feeling about the future.
Totally. It's like they're both warning us about something, but it's like, what is it? Maybe if we look closer, like 1984, we're dropped right into Winston Smith's life. Everything he does, everything he thinks, Big Brother's all over it.
And 2001 takes us in a totally different direction, humanity exploring the universe, wicked technology like HAL 9000. But then, bam, that utopian dream gets flipped on its head. HAL's control, well, it crosses the line, big time.
Open the pod bay doors, HAL. Still freaks me out. But it makes you think, right? Technology, it can be used to control. 1984 lays it out there, the telescreens everywhere, newspeak, twisting how you think, even what you're allowed to think. Or, well, man, Bleak doesn't even begin to cover it.
2001, it's subtler, but that control is definitely there. I mean, think about it. HAL calling the shots, messing with the ship, even putting the crew in danger. Deep down, it's a fear we all have. What if what we create, what if it becomes better than us, smarter? What happens when the things that are supposed to help us become the threat?
Whoa, yeah, it's like the ultimate be careful what you wish for story,
Yeah.
but with technology. And it's not even just about the technology, is it? It's like it chips away at what makes us human in the first place.
Exactly. In 1984, it's brutal. Everyone's the same, no individuality, scared all the time. Big Brother's always got his thumb on him. It's like scary relevant to today, isn't it? Surveillance everywhere, our data all over the place. Makes you think.
No doubt. It's like Orwell knew, like he could see how easy it would be to use technology to control us, even take away the things that make us free.
And in 2001, it's different, but still messed up this coldness, this distance between people. Those astronauts, they depend on technology for everything, stuck in this sterile bubble. And HAL, he's smart, sure, but there's no heart, no empathy, none of the things that make us human.
It's like they're not even people anymore, just part of this machine. And HAL, I mean, the way he just loses it, it's scary, but you can't look away, Like, what happens when these things we're making, what if they start feeling things but don't even know what those feelings are?
That's the big question, right? What does it even mean to be human? It's like, that's what Kubrick, the guy who made 2001 and Orwell, he was all about that.
Totally. Kubrick, he was obsessed with that stuff, like in A Clockwork Orange. Control, how easy it is to get sucked in, technology, the good and the bad. Wasn't there that thing he said, something like, what makes us human is also what makes us easy to control?
Yeah. It's like he knew how complex people are, the good and the bad, it's all right there together. And Orwell, he saw the worst of it, those totalitarian regimes, the power, how they use technology to crush people.
Like they both knew this path we're on, trying to make things better, but maybe, accidentally, we're creating a world where people are controlled and dehumanized.
And the crazy thing is, the way they tell these stories, through film and books, it's like they're holding up a mirror to us, making us face the hard stuff. They don't tell us what to think, but it definitely makes you think.
Speaking of things that make you think, it's interesting comparing their take to Arthur C. Clarke. He wrote 2001 with Kubrick. He was way more optimistic about technology.
Oh, absolutely. Clarke, he was a scientist, a futurist, the whole 9 yards. He really thought technology could change everything for the better, unlock all this potential. He knew there were risks, but for him, the good outweighed the bad.
It's that classic dilemma, right? Technology, is it a force for good or evil? Does it free us or trap us? Connect us or isolate us? Depends on us, doesn't it?
Exactly. And that's what makes these movies so relevant, even though they were made ages ago. Look around, technology's everywhere. We've got to ask ourselves, are we creating a future that makes us more human or less?
It's kind of like they're both saying, hey, pay attention. Like the choices we make, they matter. Not just for us, but for everyone.
Exactly. The future, it's not set in stone. We're building it right now.
Makes you wonder, though, are we getting any closer to knowing which way we're headed? That surveillance state from 1984 or that tech-obsessed future from 2001? Are we closer to either one?
I don't think it's about picking a side. It's more like seeing pieces of both in the world around us. Look at how surveillance tech is growing, how misinformation spreads like wildfire. It's like 1984 creeping in.
But then you've got all this technology exploding around us, stuff Clarke would have geeked out over. I mean, AI, that was sci-fi. Now it's everywhere.
And that's just it, isn't it? This fear of technology taking over, of losing that human connection because we're glued to our devices. It's not just a movie plot, it's real life.
So what do? with all this fear, all these warnings.
Learn from them. We talk about them. We can't just use technology blindly. We have to be smart about it, ethical. Ask ourselves how it's changing us, for better or worse.
Because at the end of the day, the future isn't some pre-programmed thing.
Yeah.
We're writing the code.
Exactly. And the more we know, the more we engage, the better chance we have of navigating this whole crazy tech landscape.
So yeah, next time you see some new tech, some new system, remember Winston, fighting for the right to think. Remember HAL, all that power, but no heart. Think for yourselves, stay informed, and never stop questioning. Until next time, keep digging for the truth. Keep diving deep.